So I don't always milk goats, but when I do, I milk them on this. Only milking midnight right now. I use this milking stanchion that I built. I just needed something that was high enough for me, since I'm about 6'2". Needed something that I wasn't going to hunch over, that I could sit in a chair next to the stanchion and have against the wall, to protect the goats from falling off. So let's take a quick look, and then I'll show you basically how we built it and walked you through the steps. So we needed a milk stanchion for our Nigerian dwarf goats, and I had already built this little platform out of some 2x4s and realized it wasn't going to fit in the shed, so we repurposed it for the goat stand based on a plan from DIY Danielle and based off of a Homestead video, which I'll also link so you can see that. But here I just cut that platform to about 48 3/4 inches long by 21 inches wide, and with the 2x4s gives us about a 24-inch width, so we could fit some slats across, and then later on convert it and fit some put a piece of plywood right across. It's about, at its high point in the front, it's about 56.5 inches high, and so the legs that we put on in the back are about 17 3/4 high. We went ahead and put these 1x4 slats on, which were not pressure treated, and they ended up splitting in one day, so we spaced them out, and then the next day realized they are already split, so that's when we had to reconvert it to the plywood. And there's a headpiece. We just have long 2x4s and turned it, and there we're testing out the milk stand with the new piece of plywood. And there's midnight milking. She's so good we don't have to put her head in the head stanchion anymore to close, but once we have other goats, I'm pretty sure we'll have to modify that as well. And we put a hook on there to hook the leash to, and then the little hook and eye bolts so we can close it. But for me, it's the right height, me being 6 foot tall. I'm able to pull a chair right up to that stanchion and sit and milk. So this is, about the first week I was milking, so turning the stanchion around, and here we are using the Homestead plan to add a ramp, so I don't have to pick up midnight all the time. So that ramp is about 20 inches wide, so we made it a little bit smaller than the actual platform, attached 2 hinges to it. Spent a lot of time measuring to try to get that space between the hinge where it can fold up, and it's about 43 inches long. We just used that spare piece of plywood. We put 2 2x4s on the end of the ramp underneath because it gave enough space when we folded it up or down, between the platform and that ramp. And we also use some strips of 1x2s as steps. I may have to add some more later on, so the goats don't slide or slip around, but so far it's working. It flips open and closed pretty easily. And again, you see those hinges we put on, and you can modify this as well, but definitely check out the video from Homestead on how they put the hinges on. And if you have larger goats, this may work well, but for our Nigerian dwarfs, midnight goes up and down pretty easily. And once we're done, I just sanded everything down, make sure there was no splinters, and blew everything off, and then applied some Thompsons Deck Water Sealer to really get it sealed up. That way we can wipe things off, disinfect when we're done milking. Here's the final job when it's done, and after all the weather sealing has been done. Ramp is open, your head stanchion and food area, and the ramp can easily close on top of the platform and be moved. It's working great so far. I think Midnight enjoys it. I enjoy it. Every morning that we milk her, we only milk once a day. So there she is, giving me kisses after milking is done. So she's super happy with it. I'm happy with it. Again, we'll probably have to modify as we get more goats. Hope you enjoyed.